Hello there guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to complete GE with a minimal resource loss. So I'm starting right here. I guess I'm gonna be using metals to go as far as possible. Our goal is to do 64 and spend and try not to spend crystals, or if you want you can spend them, but you'll spend less resources. Alright, so what are we going to do first is we are going to go to the tavern and use the extra turn boost. We're not going to do the G without it. It's a must. Alright, now let's go to this section. We're doing it from the beginning, and right here what are we going to do? As long as it's 4 or less resources, we're gonna pay supplies and coins at first, and only then we're going to use the resource. Basically right here we didn't use any. Also, when going through the GE, consider building Temple of Relics as soon as possible, because it's going to give you most of the rewards. Let's go next. The same method. I don't care if it's going to be coins or supplies, but if you're trying to save some of it, you should use most of the cheapest resource first. Alright, right here we see that the coins are already tested, so it's going to be glass. I'm gonna show you the more pro tips at the end of this video, so if you're not interested in the newbie stuff, just fast forward it to the last levels. I'm not going to be in a hurry so that everybody understands what's going on. Alright, so we have yellows here, so we follow with the hammers, and gold here. Basically, I got lucky again. Alright, let's open this one. Thank you. Here we got 5 resources. That means if we only test it one by one, 4 turns will not be enough, might not be enough, so we might use crystals. So basically, starting from 5 resources, we're going to do the scheme I'm going to show you. We're going to test every single resource at the first round, and after we know what's going on, we know that there are 3 resources left, 3 yellows, we have 3 turns, so basically we're going to pay as less as possible. So we have gold, which is unlimited. I'm testing gold everywhere from here, and here I can test bricks or ropes. I will pick bricks because I have lots of them. Also, it's both high middle ages, so I'm just picking the one I have most. Alright, here we tested rope already, so it's 100% bricks, I'm sorry. And since the rope is yellow here and it's never seen in the green section, it's 100% that rope is here. So basically, we won this round. Let's go next. Alright, 4 resources again. I'm going to make it as cheap for me as possible. By the way, since this spot can be 50-50 from these resources, I'm taking the cheapest one. I have 500 of this, 300 of this, so I'm taking the one I have lots of. Alright, we tested gold on every spot. We forget about gold. Rope is green here, and we have to test it. So basically right here and right here is a 50% chance of having either glass or rope. But I have more of the rope, so I'm testing rope here and here. In case I missed, it's 100% glass. So basically I'm using rope and rope here to minimize the resource loss. And I got lucky. Why am I doing all the negotiation? Because if you look at my city, in every era I don't have a single military building. I only build basalt mansions and etc. to produce the resources to pay for the trade. As for the continent map, I use the unattached units that I get from the GE to conquer the map. So I use rogues and unattached units. It's more than enough. And if you would say that first and second guild expedition rounds is easier done by fighting, maybe it's easy, but it's extremely cheap to do it with the negotiation, and I appreciate my time. I do this negotiation much faster than some of the people will go with the units. Maybe with auto fighting when you have lots of great buildings for attack, but I'm on the 16th world, it's pretty fresh. I'm on the 20th position in the global rank and it's late Middle Ages. This world does not have too much of the great buildings yet. Alright, let's go further. 4 resources once again, so we're going to be as economy as possible. Gold is green here, so basically it still can be here somewhere. And since we have 3 turns left and 3 resources, we're gonna go and place gold everywhere, just not to spend other more valuable resources. And then bricks again, because we have 600s, 300s, and then glass. Alright, 5 resources. So we test every single one of them from the first round. Now we know that there are 3 resources here. Also bricks can be used, but we have 3 turns left and 4 resources. So we're gonna place the most cheapest resource here everywhere, and we're gonna test the bricks because we need to know if it's going to be in the future. We don't have bricks, so basically we have 2 resources left, which is glass here and herbs here, and here is a 50-50 chance. Since we have 2 turns left, there's not going to be any crystal loss. Let's go further. Alright, 6 resources. From the first turn, I'm going with the most cheapest resources and other resources. Alright, we know that these are used. Bricks still can be used and it's pretty cheap for me. So I'm gonna go out and test gold here, gold here, gold, bricks here, and supply here. What I know now is that bricks is used, gold is not used because it's red. So here we can have salt or supplies. Here we can have, alright, we didn't test salt and we have 2 turns left. So basically it's much of a guessing game from now, but we have to test salt right here. Supplies is 100% that it used, bricks here. Alright, right now we know that supplies are here, and since we've tested supplies here, we know that bricks are here. so no crystal loss. Five resources, we test each one of them. Alright, 4 resources, every one of them used, so basically we're going to do the ladder. Here, 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 here. Recruiting quest. Also, something you can do is just always have a recruiting quest for the supplies to maximum your gain from the random rewards they give forge points. 5 resources again. My cat is meowing. Alright. 3 turns for 4 resources. Let's try and test salt here. Alright, supply. Let's do the ladder again. So supplies here, bricks here, glass here, and we need to test salt. Alright, we got lucky. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 resources, 3 turns. 2, 3, 4. And if you have a spare turn, for example, we need to test 4 of them, always use the cheapest one you have. So right now we know that the supplies are here. Right now we know that the gold is here, and glass is somewhere, and rope is possible. We are going to test it out. Alright, we got this one. One, two, 1, 2, 3. The best one we can get is no greens from the first turn. You'll see it from at the end rounds. So this is a very good first turn to have. So let's go with the ladder again. And we're going to test salt, which wasn't in the first round. We have 5 resources. Did I forget something? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bricks, glass. Oh, I didn't test ropes. All right. Let's continue with the ladder. And also test ropes. Alright, so now what we know? We know that there is a chance we might use crystals from here. But we still need to go. It's no use to pass right here and start from the beginning, because we have a good chance to win from here. So bricks are here or here, 1 of 2. Supplies is here or here, 1 of 2. Herbs are here or here, 1 of 2. Ropes are here or here, and bricks are here or here. Yeah, oh, glass is here or here. Alright, we don't have the 100% chance. You might correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong, but I think it's a 50-50 chance from here. And which was the last one? Ropes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's test. Alright. I'm going to spend some crystals, but if you don't want to, you can just start from the beginning. Some of the rounds you will not lose statistically, even if you play right. And here is a 100% chance to just win. Alright, we're going to buy some attempts just to show you how to deal with more hard levels. The same one, only 3 resources. We spend the one we have the most first, the one we have last second, and fill in with the more expensive one. By the way, there is an option in the YouTube to put this video on the fast forward x1.5 or x2, which can help you save your time. We have 3 turns. Basically, we have to go to the tavern and buy another 15 minutes. You always have to have 4 turns here. No supply here, maybe some gold. Alright, we have a more expensive late Middle Ages brass and more cheap brick from the high Middle Ages, so we're going to go with the bricks and fill in with the brass. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, nice one. Now we have 1, 2, 3, and the cheapest one here. Alright, ropes is here, brass is here. Four. So we go with the cheapest strategy. There is always a complete random. So in case you know that there are 4 supplies here, it's a good chance that 5th supplies is here. So do not try to overthink the system. Every single spot is just randomly generated from all the resources from here. Alright, the cheapest, then the most expensive one. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 3 resources, 3 turns, so we're gonna go with the gold first. Then with the cheaper one. And only then we were going to go with the most expensive one. Let's buy some attempts. Good. 3 turns. We're going with a ladder. Salt here. Salt, bronze. So right now we have tested all the resources, so we can just pick from the ones we know. And right here is a just 2 turns, 3 resources, 3 spots. It's a 100% chance to win in 2 turns. Alright, I did it from the first try, but I got lucky. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 turns, 3 resources, so we go with the cheapest alternatives. Now we go here. Alright, the same situation. Four resources, 3 turns, not the best one. Alright, so let's go right like here. So we have herbs here, and right here we're gonna have talc since it wasn't used anywhere before. I got lucky here. There was a chance I was going to use some crystals. Alright, 4 attempts, nice. We're gonna test every 3 of them, and we're gonna go from the cheapest first. Always go cheapest first if it's not something crucial. Alright, it's more complex finally. Still going with the cheapest first, the more expensive next. From situations like this, you need to test the ones you have untested, because if you won't do this, you're gonna go and pay some crystals. So I'm going to test every single resource that wasn't tested before, and only then, when I have all the yellows, I know that the gunpowder is here, and gold and silk is here somewhere. It's 50-50 chance. I have 2 turns, so it's 100% to lose, to win, sorry. One, 2, cheapest. Alright, we're gonna go with the cheapest first, and did I test everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't test gunpowder. Alright, nice. So now we know that there is 2 of these resources here and here. Turns left 2, so we're good. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. One, two, 3. One, 2, 3, and let's test silk. One, 2, 3. Alright, bad situation. Both talc and bricks are green. That means it's a 50-50% from here. I'm gonna pay some crystals if I fail, but I'm gonna go with the cheapest one because it's 50-50. And I got lucky. There should be a relic somewhere. Nice one. Some sweet forge points. In case someone don't know, you only get relics if you have Temple of Relics, which I showed you before in the video. It gives you like a lot, so try to do it as fast as possible. Alright, so now we have 3 turns, lots of untested resources, so from now I'm gonna test everything that was untested, because I need to know the full picture. And it's good, it's good. We're gonna go with 3 resources left. Now we know that here is the ropes, and here is something that it's not rope, which is supply. Let's buy some attempts. One, two, 1, 2, 3. I'm going with the cheapest first. Since we have lots of test area, let's go further. I'm testing right now. I'm testing everything that is untested to see what's going on. From here on, we have 3 resources, so let's go and test all of them. Alright, nice. We got it. Let's go to level 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. 3 turns for resources, we have to do the ladder. And let's do talk here. So there is 2, since we have 1 spot which is free, I'm going to use supplies for it, just for the sake of the supplies have a 50-50% with the every single other resource. Alright, we have 3 resources. Salt, talk. Alright, talk is here. Not something from the... Alright, it's 50-50. Oh, no. I got it wrong. Yeah, 50-50 for here. I can pay some crystals. In case you don't want to pay crystals, you have to start from the beginning and pay more. Gold, 1, 2, 3. Silk here, and we have two turns to try both of these resources, so it's a 100% chance to win from this point. Alright, let's go in more expensive metal wise. Let's test. So we know that there is gold somewhere, so we're testing every single resources that is not gold. All right. One, two, the cheap, oh, yeah, the cheapest ones. Now we have to test these ones, gold and brass. Alright, we know that gold is here, and gunpowder or basalt is here. I'm gonna pay some basalt as well as the gunpowder since I have lots of basalt manufacturers. Actually, yeah. And gunpowder here. Here. Silk, brass. Leather here, here, here. Alright, silk is here, and brass is here, oak is here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, good. Alright, since I want to finish this video today, let's pay some respect for the creators and give them some crystals. For the beautiful game we're playing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, there is a chance we can do it right. We need to start from gold and brass because it's 50-50. I'm gonna go here for gold. And here for brass. Here for basalt and here for hammers. And I got it wrong. I got it all wrong actually, which is good because now we know the sequence. Brass here, gold here, basalt here, supplies here. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Alright, good. 2 turns. Oh shit. 2 turns, not 4 turns. Alright, I'm gonna go and risk it all. And I'm probably gonna fail. But I should have looked at the bottom to see that my tavern boost ended. And I would have saved those crystals right there. Let's go here and pay some more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's test everything else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the cheapest one, we know that this is here and this is here. 2 gold supplies. So basically we test everything, and when we know, we have a bigger chance to win. Let's try here, gold. Gold and silk, because I have lots of them. 50-50% chance. The one I have lots. Then the one I have less. One, two, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, which is good. One, two, 1, 2. Alright, let's go the easiest way. The best thing we can see from the first screen is 0 greens. This means we minimize the chance we're gonna pay some crystals, because we are able to test everything from the first 2 rounds. And this is very bad, because right now we have 50% chance to pay 10 crystals and 25% chance to pay 20 crystals. And from position like here, we're gonna go with the resources we have most. The first one is here, and I have this. Alright, 50% chance that I pay 10, and I have 50-50, so 25% chance from that point I told you to pay. Yeah, I wasn't lucky here, so I got into 25% chance to pay 20 crystals. One, two, 3. One, two, 3, and supplies. Supplies, talk, basalt, and talk. Alright, I messed this up. It could have been better than I've played. Let's go with basalt, since I have the deposits of it. Alright, I got lucky. Let's collect some medals. I have used much more than 50 I'm getting. One, two, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and supplies. Okay. 5 resources, 2 turns. Not a big chance to win, but we will try. Let's go with the ladder. Glass, gold, dust, talc. Supply is here already, so we're gonna go with talc here. And supply here. And gunpowder here, right? I guess I'm right. Okay. So here, supply here, talk here, gunpowder here, and the one which is left, which is, I guess, gold. Yeah, and we have gold here, so we're gonna swap it with talc. We got some of them right. And now we have glass here. Gunpowder here. And gold here, right? So glass, so glass is here. Gunpowder is here, so gunpowder is here. Gunpowder, glass, gold. Gold, gunpowder, glass, yeah. One, two, three. Very good position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extremely good. Okay. We have 4 resources, so we're gonna go with gold in 2 spots and other 3 resources right there. Alright, we know that gold is here. And we know nothing except for Z. Let's go with the talc. Talc. You know what? Let's go with 2 silks since we have lots of them. And gold, talc, and basalt and brass here. So right now we're left with gold, which is tested already, so we're left with 2 resources, talc and brass. Brass is here, talc is here, and talc is here. One, two, 1, 2, 3. Very good position. Let's go next. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still good. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Okay. 3 resources and 3 spots. And we know that here is not bricks and not talc, so here is rope. Rope is not here and talc is not here, so here is bricks, rope and bricks, and talc is here. Alright, let's go to the last level. I think I'm not going to have enough resources to go through all of it, but I guess this video is enough for you to understand. Basically, let's do it right here, right here, here, right here. Silk. All right. Nope. So for the last levels, in case you don't want to spend too much crystals, if you, for example, negotiate and you have like 3 or 4 greens from the first screen, you will have lots of resource here. You won't be able to test every single one until the end of turn 4. So if you're not going to spend lots of crystals inside, if you have more than 2 greens right here from the first turn, just pass it. Just click on the pass button, lose 1 attempt, and lose every single resource you have put into the first turn, but in the end you will have more, because such turns are not very good. I can't show it right here because I was lucky every single time. I was waiting for some example like this, but I didn't have any. Alright, gold, gold. Good. I hope I helped. So in the end, I might say that if you want to build the city based only on the GE and trading, it's possible. Try to build as more as you can the buildings with the 8-hour or 1-day cycle, which is the most populance you can have. And you will both have to have the previous era and this era production buildings to pay for both of them. And that's pretty much it.